Hello and welcome to my workshop. Today I'm going to be unboxing and demoing an air compressor that I just bought. I bought it from Screwfix. It's an IMPAX, well, Screwfix say it's an IMPAX OM227-24, but the box says it's an IMPAX IM222-24, but the specs look exactly the same. So I don't think it's any sort of rip-off, it's just for some reason it's not listed correctly, so you might have to look under both those codes. I'll put them in the description. I paid £120 for it of my own money, and the reason I bought it is because I want to, you can probably see looking around, I do a lot of work with pallets, almost exclusively with pallet wood, and I'm sick and tired of knocking nails out. So I bought myself an air locker nail puller, badly named because it doesn't actually pull nails, it pushes them, punches them out, but they're called nail pullers for some reason. I think it's going to save me a lot of time, but basically for that, that's the first pneumatic tool that I've got, first air tool, and so for that I need a compressor. It's a big outlay, £120 for the compressor, but the theory being that there'll be lots of other air tools that I'll be able to use, like a nail gun, and other things, and a wrench and things like that. So it's a big outlay. It is a big outlay, and I thought about it a lot before I did it. I've held out for a long time, but the time has come. I need a nail puller, and this is the only solution. It's been painful getting this and all the fittings that I need for it. I'm going to do a separate video for unpacking and testing the actual nail puller itself, because that's quite an interesting tool and I want to go through that. But then there's also a separate video that I'll link to in the description, which is the absolute pain that I've had getting all the connections for this. There's so many different profiles of air hose connectors and threads, and none of them are compatible, and they're all very slightly different. And of course, to add to my complexion, the air compressor and the tool that I bought have got different threads, so I need converters as well. So I'll go through all that in a separate video. This is purely about the actual compressor itself. If you're thinking about getting this compressor, there is somebody else out there. I've seen a UK guy, Peter, who has done a review on this, but it's a 5-year-old video, and some of the information that he gave me did actually lead me down the wrong route. Now I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say that, given that it's 5 years since he did that video, that they've changed the connectors that they have on this compressor in the last 5 years, as opposed to him getting it wrong. So nothing against you, Peter. So also I usually do all my videos unscripted and pretty well in one hit. I've actually written myself a script today or some bullet points anyway, because there's just so much that I need to say, mainly about the incompatibility of the air hose connectors. But so I paid £120 for this. I then had to pay for the I ended up second time round. As I say, I'll cover the other bits in the other video, but second time round I ended up buying a hose, an Erbauer hose, that's got no connectors on the end at all, just because I had so much hassle with getting the right connectors. So I bought a hose that's got no connectors. It's just got female BSP threads, so I can put whatever connectors I want on the end. And I bought the connectors separately, and hope, once I've done this unboxing, that I've got the right connectors. So I paid, so for the hose and the connectors to go on the end, I paid £31. So that was about it really. I paid for a lot of stuff that I actually ended up having to send back because it's the wrong connector types, but I'll go through that another time. So let's unbox it. Okay, physical unboxing, here we go. So, came with an outer box, which is what that video camera is sitting on, but it's not very exciting, literally just a shell of the box that this came in. We have wheels which we'll put on, and instruction manual. Okay, so let's have a look. So I'm going to put the wheels on while it's being held upright. It says in the instructions that it comes with a spring washer to go next to the frame, but it doesn't. So I can only assume it's no longer required in their old instructions. So, okay, the compressor unpacked, wheels attached. Because this video isn't about connectors. There is a specific one that I've done, and the nightmare of having all the right connectors. So I've just gone ahead and screwed this connector, despite the videos that I've seen on Facebook, and also despite what it says on the Screwfix website. As of February 2024, this is a PCL XF connector. So you need the XF male plug to go into it. One of the other reviews that I saw said it definitely wasn't an XF, it was definitely a standard one. And I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt that maybe it used to come with a standard one and now it comes with an XF. It's definitely the XF. I bought a hose with standard adapters on, connectors on, and all sorts of things. Of course, none of it fitted. I'm hoping I can send it back. So I've connected up those two fittings there. So I've just turned it on to charge it up. It's gone up to 135 psi, which is what this compressor is designed to do. And I've currently got this turned all the way anti-clockwise, so that it's basically there's no pressure in the output at all. So this is your regulator where you decide how much pressure you want to go through to the tool. This tool is rated at anywhere from 80 to 120 psi. This particular nail puller that I'm going to use. So I'm going to put 90 in there. So you just wind this down and you'll see the needle slowly come up. And there's 20, there's 40, there's 60, there's 80, there's 90. And then if you're happy with it, if you're, I mean, I haven't got any other air tools, so I'm not going to be switching between lots of different pressures. You can then just use this locking ring here and do it to effectively lock that in place. So that's 90 psi now, and every time I pressurize this, it should always put 90 psi in the output. Having said that, just to make it a little bit easier to connect the hoses. If you connect the hoses at full pressure, you just need to be a little bit careful that they're a bit jumpy. If you don't connect them quite carefully, they can jump back out at you. So I'm actually going to release all the pressure in the output while I connect these hoses. So that's not necessary, but it's just me being a chicken. So now that I've got that, I can go back to putting 90 psi into here. So that's 60, 80, 90. Now I've got some air leakage here, and that's basically, I haven't put any PTF tape or anything like that on these yet. I just thought I'd try them with the bare threads and just see, but I'm obviously going to need PTF tape because that is leaking. But basically, once this gets below a certain pressure, the compressor will just kick in and keep it at that pressure anyway. So I'm just going to try firing out a couple of these nails, just to say this isn't a review of the nail puller. I'm firing down into a bucket that's got soft material in the bottom of it so they won't bounce back out again, but always wear safety goggles anyway. Yeah, as expected, that's just fired the nails straight out, and I can see them sitting in there in the soft material. So yeah, no nails in that now. So that's going to make my life significantly easier. I should put some PTF tape on the thread. It looks like it's the thread that's going into the air gun, which is the leaky one, which is an NPT thread. I won't go into that now, but looks like the British standard ones are airtight, but the American NPT is leaking like a sieve. Two ways of letting the pressure out once you finish with it. So on the back here there's the safety valve, which I can manually unscrew, but also it will automatically, if the pressure gets too much in the tank, it will automatically open itself and let the pressure out. And just one other thing, which is that you should always let the pressure out using the bottom drain, because you don't want any water, any condensation sitting inside the tank. So if you open the bottom drain, there shouldn't be any in there now, because I've only been using it for a few minutes. So I'm guessing if I've been using that quite heavily, depending on the atmospheric humidity and all that sort of stuff, that there may well be water. You'll expect water to come out the bottom of that drain, and you should do that every time when you finish with it, because you don't want any water sitting inside the compressor tank, because it will rust from the inside. And having seen what a compressor tank looks like when it explodes, you don't want that happening through it being weak. There was actually there's a small amount of liquid down there actually. So even though I only actually filled it once, yeah, a little bit of liquid, not much, not enough to be visible on the surface that I'm draining onto, but just to the touch. It was just a bit damp. So hopefully that's a useful insight into the air compressor. I'm going to do another video specifically for the air locker, for the nail puller, and finally I've got one lined up that's going to be all to do with these connectors and how easy it is to actually get the wrong type of connector, how difficult it is to get the right type of connector. So hopefully that's been useful. If you've got any questions or any comments, then please leave them in the comments section down below. If you've got time to like the video, then thank you very much. And if you've got time to subscribe to the channel, even better. Get my numbers up slowly. And until next time, stay safe.